We are the Mongolia Health Task Force here to talk about our recommendations to improve the health status of Mongolia. Powered by an economic transition from agriculture to mining, Mongolia's economy was able to support a better quality of life. However, despite a longer life expectancy and decreased communicable diseases, there is still a long way to go. The top causes of death in Mongolia are ischemic heart diseases, lower respiratory infections, and stroke. For children, the top causes of death are perinatal deaths, such as being underweight, stunting, micronutrient deficiencies, acute respiratory infections, and diarrheal diseases. Our first recommendation for improving Mongolia's overall health status is to regulate the mining industry. Now, the Mongolian mining industry, while having pushed forward the economy and provided many jobs, the lack of regulation and enforced laws has left many detrimental effects on the environment and the health of the surrounding communities. Some of these effects, as well as risk, include toxic element contamination in the soil, water, and people themselves, depletion of water resources due to extraction, displacement of herders and farmers, poorly or untrained workers, and lack of safety measures. Our recommendations to solve the shortcomings and maleffects of Mongolian mining include increasing the enforcement laws already put in place to protect the environment from potential hazardous effects, holding companies accountable by implementing mandatory compensation programs, providing mandatory safety and health training to miners, and constructing a team to further research the long-term effects of mining on the environment and health. Our second recommendation is to face micronutrient deficiencies. The effects of these would include poverty, inadequate education on proper hygiene and health, and insufficient water sanitation. As a result of mining practices and changing climate, Mongolia is left with dry lands, which combined with poor agricultural practices has left the effects of deficiencies such as vitamin A and iron. This is an important issue to address because Mongolia has the highest infant under 5 mortality rate in the East Asian Pacific region. Deficiencies are tied with the top cause of child death through undernutrition and stunting, and intervention costs such as oral supplements are as low as 50 cents to $3.60. Improvement of the state of micronutrient deficiencies will lead to reduced mortalities and overall better health. This should ensure more people will positively contribute to the economy. Furthermore, decreasing the amount of micronutrient deficiencies would involve focusing on agricultural practices such as crop rotation and funding farmers, supporting families in poverty, improving transportation, constructing childcare facilities such as orphanages, improving education on sanitation and health, and opening food banks. Our last recommendation regards controlling and containing the communicable disease known as HIV. HIV is a virus transmitted through body fluids and causes the destruction of the immune system, which will progress to AIDS if left untreated. While the prevalence of HIV in Mongolia is quite low, it is still a growing concern because of the extreme detrimental effects if an outbreak were to occur. These effects include a rise of incidence of sexually transmitted infections in risk groups and increased incidence of tuberculosis and other communicable diseases. Our action plans include 2 methods. The first method is prevention counseling, targeting vulnerable populations through education, utilization of the 5 Ps, provision of latex condoms at low cost for consistent use, routine testing, and provision of PrEP. The second method is to provide immediate treatment such as ART and PEP, regardless of inability to pay and cultural obstacles. Our recommendations will take place over a long-term period. In the short term, oral supplements will be provided as a quick fix for micronutrient deficiencies and mass distribution of condoms to at-risk populations for STIs. The medium-term solutions include funding farmers to improve agricultural practices, closing down illegal mines, providing training to the members of mining communities with careers in mining regulation, and implementing education of nutrition and sexual health. Finally, the many long-term action plans include continued surveillance of rates of STIs, pollution, and poverty, continued education, continued funding for orphanages and food banks, and continued auditing of large mining companies. Now, indirectly, our recommendations are an attempt to solve Mongolia's problems related to poverty, which is largely attributed to Mongolia's corporate mining industry, which displaced and put many in poverty. Poverty, in turn, puts people at risk for nutritional deficiencies and inadequate education. Evidently, based on the aforementioned list, we request the help of non-government organizations and foreign aid to solve these important health issues plaguing Mongolia until our action plan enables Mongolians to sustain these plans through self-contributions for their economy.